Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you, obviously, how to achieve a really perfected red lip. One that won't come off, that when it does start to wear off isn't going to look crazy, and that actually looks nice, not smeared or anything like that. I'll give you some tricks and stuff. Mostly I'm going to be using MAC products, but red's pretty generic, so any type of red that's your favorite, you can use that. And I'm just going to say it, I know I don't have like ginormous, like huge crazy lips or anything, but I can do this. If I can pull it off, you can pull it off, and I really like it. So it's very odd for me. I've honestly never done this on myself. I've done bright lips and stuff, and this is how I do it on other people, but I've never actually done it on myself, which is crazy. So it's kind of cool. I really like it. It's very fun. It's very signature Gwen Stefani-ish. And if you want to see how to do it, then keep watching. Okay, so the first step that you want to take is to make sure that your lips are moisturized. Anytime that you apply a lipstick of any kind, really, I always like to make sure that always apply a good moisturizing product. And I'm just using my lip conditioner. That's the word I was looking for. It kind of feels like Vaseline. We'll say that. Any moisturizing lip product that you have, though, will work just fine. Alright, now you can let that sit for a minute. You definitely don't want it to feel goopy or anything. So just kind of get off whatever is, you know, on there. As far as applying a lip primer, I think that that does a fine job on its own. Especially if you blot it off like that. Because, you know, after you apply it and then you blot it off, it's going to have the same kind of feel as a lip primer would. You could use something like the MAC Prep and Prime for lips. It really kind of just has the consistency of a chapstick, like a really smooth chapstick, so you really don't need one of those. The first step that you want to take is to apply your lip liner. With red lips, it's very important to apply a good lip liner. I'm using Cherry by MAC. It's my favorite red lip liner. And you just apply it however you like. I'm just going to show you the way I do it. It's kind of hard when you're to talk and apply lip liner at the same time. But I start in the middle and make a little dash, then connect it, and then do my little cupid's bow, and then connect it. So start in the middle on both top and bottom. Make sure that you kind of connect it right here as well. I like to go ahead and fill in that area because I don't like to apply a whole lot of lipstick right there because it's just going to kind of goop up. Okay, so our lips are lined. They're not filled in yet or anything. I just, like I said, I put just a little bit right on this inner corner and kind of dab that a little bit. Now the next step, I think this is kind of the key. If you ever wear red lips and it starts wearing off, you're going to look like this. You don't want to have just your lip liner. I hate that. That's why I don't really wear lip liner a lot of the time, because it just annoys me. But what you can do is you can apply a lip stain right after you line your lips. Don't fill them in with the liner yet. My very favorite lip stain is the Benetint. It's wonderful. This is just mine. This is a little Pocket Pal. I don't know if they still sell these. I got it about a year ago, but anyways, it's the stain. You can use it on your cheeks too, and then a clear gloss. But I love this stuff so much. I have a full size of it in my kit just because it's amazing. But this one is all mine. I love it. It smells really good too. Okay, so then I'm just kind of filling that in. I'm not going over the lip liner. It's very liquidy. So you just kind of dab it in. Now with any stain, you've really got to let it absorb. Let it sit for a minute. Then, since we're doing super bright lips, I'm going to apply another coat. Like I said before, let it dry. So now you have kind of a good stain. So now if your lipstick kind of wears off, that stain's going to still be there. And it really does last a long time. Then I'm going to take my lip pencil again and then just kind of fill it in. Using the side, just kind of feather the color inward from the line. Since you don't have to cover like every single part, I like to take my finger and just kind of dab over it to make sure that everything's covered by the liner. sticking just to the inner part. I'm not touching the outer line. With red liner, if it starts to smear, it's going to look really bad. You can take the liner again. I know it seems like such a process, but it's worth it. Then you're going to go over your outer lip line one more time. Did that because with red lips, it's, you know, you definitely want that outer line to be very sharp and precise. Alright, now it's time for the lipstick. And I love MAC Red. It's my very favorite red. And I'm going to use a lip brush. You could definitely just, you know, put it on. But for the love of God, please, please use a lip brush. Especially, and I say that, I know it's dramatic, but if you're using a darker color, I think it's really important to use a lip brush just because you're going to kind of just mess up everything that you just did if you didn't. Unless if you have an extremely sharp point to the end of your lipstick or you've never used it before. So I like to get a little bit on my lip brush and just kind of fill in everything first, and then you can go around the edges last. So I just like to fill in the center first. Then when you get everything filled in, you can kind of be more precise and go around the edges. You don't have to take the color all the way to the edge though, that's what the lip liner's for. You can get it as close as possible, but you know, you're definitely not trying to like create the shape of your lips with the lipstick. Okay, whoa, this looks really shocking. I look really, really pale. Okay, now I like to blot it again. This looks really disgusting. Okay, I have seen a lot of like, I don't know, I read a lot of magazines and I see a lot of times there's always that trick that's like, you know, take one of the plot or whatever, take one of the layers off of your tissue and go like this, okay, and then put powder over it. Yeah, that's stupid. That sounds mean, but it doesn't work. And yes, I took it apart into two pieces, but it's still not even thin enough to make a difference. You shouldn't have to put powder on your lips anyways. The color should be really intense still, but I did that just to kind of take off that first layer, and then we're going to apply another layer. I know that sounds crazy, but this is really, really going to last. I mean, no joke, this is going to last like all day. Just apply just a little bit more. Not completely all over like we just did, but just kind of to the middle. Okay, so now we've got all the color down. You really don't have to blot again because you should not have applied much at all. I find that sometimes the less you apply, the longer it lasts, or like the thinner the layers, you know what I mean? Like right now it doesn't feel like I have hardly anything on my lips, but if I would have just been like, you know, and it was like a thick layer, that would have rubbed right off. Next, you don't have to do this, but I find that it just kind of makes everything look more precise. This I've showed you before. It's that Makeup Forever lip liner, kind of like a concealer, and it's double-ended. There is a light side and kind of a, well, I mean, they're both light. This is number 100. I like to use the side that's a little bit darker for my lip area. And I just like to go over this outer, you know, corner. If you see that anything looks a little smeared or anything, you can go around that too. I really like to do this anytime I do a darker lip. Then I like to take a brush like this. This one is from Coastal Scents. It's just a clear, it's supposed to be like an eyeliner brush, I guess. I like it because it's white. So when you're blending this, if you happen to get any red on it, you will see it and you won't keep going and smear it. So I'm using this just to kind of blend that concealer, and you can even, since it's so sharp, you can turn it on its side and follow the lip line really, really exact. Alright, so that's pretty much it. You can leave it like this if you want a more like matte look. I don't really like to add a red gloss to the top, although you could. That would look really pretty as well. But I just like to apply a clear lip gloss. I'm just using that Benefit one. I don't like to use the applicator. Not for any kind of like sanitary reasons or anything, because this is mine. But I find that if you go over it with an applicator like that, it can kind of knock off some of the color. So I just put a little on my hand and dab it on my finger. My fingers are all like stained. Okay, now obviously no one wants to see the lipstick on their teeth. Now when I was in middle school, my sister taught me, I think it was my sister, taught me the, you know, stick your finger in your mouth and pull it out. And needless to say, like, anyone in my family that ever saw me doing that hated that. So I kind of figured out a different way to do it, and that's the way I've always done it. I just take my finger and I just go like that. Very simple. There's the color. So instead of like going like that, you can just go and it doesn't knock off any of the color. Amazing. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.